Hello, and welcome back. This is Chembe from Alicia Creations, and I made this skirt and I thought it would look nice with a matching top. So here we are. But before I start, I just want to say thank you so much for the support, the love, the shares, the thumbs up. It really means a lot to me and helps me with my creative journey. So if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and let's begin. The supplies you're going to need are two contrasting yarns. You can use category 3 or category 2 yarn. I'm using 4-ply, these two colors, a 3.5mm hook, tape, a darning needle, and a pair of scissors. So the measurements you're going to need are your chest measurement, your full chest measurement, divide by 2. So let's say your chest is 38 inches, you divide that by 2, that's 19 inches. And then you're going to need a measurement for your sleeve, your full sleeve measurement, and then divide that by 2. That will be your sleeve opening. So if your sleeve is 14 inches, you divide that by 2, your sleeve opening will be 7 inches. And then you're going to need a measurement from your shoulder to under the bust, under your chest, right? That's the measurement you're going to need. So whatever it is, so it's usually half the size of your sleeve plus your measurement of from your underarm to under the bust. So mine is 6, so my measurement would be 13 inches. And now we're going to start. Stitches you're going to use are the double crochet, single crochet, and front post double crochet. In this pattern, I'm also going to show you how you can hide your tails so you're not weaving in the ends at the end. We're going to start, but before we start, I'm going to tell you what the sequence of the colors are based on that dress. So the sequence is you have to choose a main color, which will be your color 1, and color 2, your sub color or color 2. So your main color, so this is how it's going to work: 4 of the main color, then 2 of the second color, then 1 of the main color, 1 of second color, 1 of main color, and 1 of second color. So in total, to finish the whole pattern before you restart, you will have 10 rows. So you're basically going to be reworking this until you get the half the size of your chest. So to begin, you're going to start with whichever one is your main color. I'm choosing this cream to be my main color, and I'm going to use the 3.5mm hook. So you're going to make a chain in multiples of 4 plus 1. So I'm going to make a sampler here in multiples of 4. Stitches of my sampler, but this number of stitches should be the length from your shoulder to under your chest. So that's how long your chain is going to be. Don't stretch the chain. Make sure that it's loose, because as you're working, your work kind of like shrinks a little bit. And then in the 4th stitch from the hook, you're going to work a double crochet. This is the foundation row of the granny stitch. Then work a double crochet in the next stitch. You're going to chain 1, skip the next stitch, and work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Chain 1, skip 1, work 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. 2 and 3. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and work 1 double crochet in the last 3 stitches. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn. Then skip the next 2 stitches and work 3 double crochets in the chain space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, skip the 3 stitches and work 3 double crochets in the chain space. Chain 1 and work 3 double crochets in the chain space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, skip and work 3 double crochets in the chain space, and 3. Chain 1, and in the last stitch, so 1, 2, at the top of the chain 3 which you started with, you're going to work a double crochet. So that's row 2. So remember our sequence is 4, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So we need to work 2 more rows of color 1 before we change. So the next row will be chain 3, turn, and work 2 double crochets in the chain space. Chain 1, skip the cluster of 3 double crochets and work 3 double crochets in the chain space. 2 and 3. Chain 1, work 3 double crochets in the chain space. Chain 1, 3 double crochets in the chain space until you're at the end of the row. Chain 1, and then you see in this last space where we chained 4, you're going to work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, but the third one you're going to work it inside the stitch so that your work is straight at the end. That's row number 3. So row number 4 will be the same as row number 2. So, and now it is also the last row before we change colors. So you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, exactly the same as row number 2. Skip the cluster and work 3 double crochets in the chain space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and then chain 1, and in the last stitch you're going to work a double crochet. So we're now done with the 4 rows of our main color. So you're going to cut your yarn, just cut enough as if you're going to weave in and make a knot. So to hide this, I don't like just working over it with the stitches, especially with the stitch, because it has gaps and I don't like the yarn to be showing. So what I do is I insert my hook and pull the yarn through the last stitch, and then just through the stitches. Maybe I do this over 2 or 3 clusters. You can do more. The more the better. So when you get to the chain space and you stop where there's a chain space like that, right? So you have actually dealt with your tail, you won't have to weave it in. Then you take your color 2 and go back to where you left off on the corner, insert your hook and pull your yarn through like this, and then tie a knot, a double knot. So 1 and 2. All right, you can leave this for now, and now we're going to work 2 rows of double crochet. So in the same stitch where you've tied the knot at the beginning, you're going to pull your yarn and chain 2, 3, and here we're going to be repeating row 3, okay, which is we work 2 double crochets in the chain space at the beginning to make a 3 double crochet cluster, chain 1, and then work 3 double crochets in each of the chain spaces, and in the last stitch we work 2 in the chain and 1 in the stitch to keep our work even. Because we're working 2 rows now, we're going to chain 2, 3, 4, repeating rows 2 and 3. So since we've done row 3, now it's time to do row 2. But before you do this, you're going to come back to that tail you left, because you needed to make these stitches so this tail has somewhere to rest. And you're going to pull it through your chain first, 1, okay, and then the top of the chain like this, and then just pull it through some of the stitches, maybe 2 or 3 clusters, and then stop where you have a chain space. You always have to stop where there's a chain space so you can work your stitches over it. 3, and now I'm at the chain space and I'm just going to slip stitch my tail in there and stop there. So you always need to stop where there's a chain. And now you have your chains here. Turn and work row 2, which is 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and work a double crochet in the last stitch. So we've done the 4, we've done the 2. You can cut your yarn and make a knot. And as we did with the other one, you're just going to pull it through those stitches. For a couple of clusters. The more you do, the better. Into chain space, and we're going to work over it. And what you do with these tails is you just cut them off when you're done. That's it. So you don't have to weave it in. Then when you work the next round, you're going to work over this and then cut it after. So when you're done with your skirt, you only have to weave in this first tail and the last tail of your work. All right. So now, based on our sequence, we now have to work one row of the main color. And as per usual, we're going to start at the corner, pull your yarn through the stitch and make a double knot. Then we're going to work, since we had worked row 2 in the previous row, so now it's time to work row 3. So to work row 3, you're going to pull your yarn and then chain 3. So row 3 starts with chain 3 and row 2 starts with chain 4. And then work 2, don't carry this yarn. And then work 2 double crochets in the chain space, chain 1 and work 3 double crochets in each of the chain space until the end of the row. Remember your last stitch on this row, you work it in the stitch so that your work is straight. And because it's only one, we're done with that round and we're going to cut the yarn. And as per usual, you're going to hide this yarn on top of the stitches. And then you're going to go back to where you started and also run this yarn through the chain, the turning chain, and then the stitches. And you can cut this tail. Don't cut the tail of the row until you have worked on top of it. You're going to turn, and now we have to do 1. Remember, it's 4 2 1 1 1 1. Again, you're going to pull your yarn through the last stitch at the top and make a double knot. And we're going to work row 2, which starts with a chain 4. 1 2 3 4, and then skip to the chain space and work your 3 double crochet cluster. At this point, I'm sure you get the gist of things. So it's 4 2 1 1, and then you continue with 1 1 before you start with the 4 again.
So using this sequence, go ahead and work your 2
pieces, both that will be half the size of your chest in length, and then we're going to come back and join the two pieces together. Once you're done with your two rectangles, right, I've done my two rectangles already. I did them off camera. Make sure that you end with the color that you're starting with, so that when you make your joint is neat. So here are my two rectangles, right? Each one is half the size of my chest. And now we're going to join. So there are several places that we're going to join, and I'm going to show you now which sections. So the first one, whichever one can be the top or the bottom, it honestly doesn't matter. But once you start joining, then the section you're joining is the wrong side. So how you're going to join is you're going to measure from one corner half the size of your sleeve. So my sleeve was half the size of my sleeve was 7 inches, so that's where I'm going to join. You're going to need stitch markers for this, so you're going to put a stitch marker on the corner, on one corner, whichever corner you'd like, because they're all exactly the same. That's your first stitch marker. Then you're going to measure the half the size of your sleeve, so that will be your sleeve opening. So mine is 7 inches. This is where I'm going to join. And I'm going to stitch at the bottom the rest of the side, and you're going to do the same on this side. And then to leave the neck opening, I'm going to take the half the size of my chest less my neck opening and divide that by 2. I hope you understand that. I'm going to take half the size of my chest less neck opening, divide that by 2. So my chest is 19, my neck opening is 9, I've got 10, divide by 2, that will be 5. So this will be my shoulder measurements. So my shoulder measurements from the corner to the, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. This is where I'm going to put my stitch marker to join. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So to join, we're going to join the sides, the top and the side, and we're going to use the mattress stitch. So I've threaded my needle, and I'm just going to slip my needle through the other side, and then insert my needle in the next stitch and through the next stitch on the other side, through both loops. You can join this any way you want, but I just find, based on the stitch, this method to be neater. So do this in all the areas that we are supposed to join, and then come back so that we can finish the edges and work the ribbing. Now that I'm done with the top like this, This is the wrong side, so I've joined the sleeves, sorry, the shoulders and the side. You're going to turn it to the right side so that we can work the edging. And then I'm going to do the ribbing at the bottom. So if you've seen the skirt that I've made, my ribbing is in this bluish purple color, so that's what I'm going to use. So you're going to join your yarn on the corner. This is what I do. And then you're going to in the same stitch chain one and then work a single crochet in the same stitch, then work 2 single crochets in each of the spaces. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then in the next one work 2 single crochets until the end. And now I'm at the end of the row, and then you're going to chain one and work a double crochet in the same stitch. And now we're going to decrease the next 2 stitches, which is yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over. You have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, and then insert in the next stitch, pull through. You have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 3. That's a decrease. So we're going to be decreasing every 2nd and 3rd stitch. So in the next stitch you're just going to work a regular double crochet, and then in the next stitch you're going to decrease, which is yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over. In the next stitch insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 3, and your next stitch will be a regular double crochet. And continue like this until the end of the row. So I'm now done with my round, and I'm going to slip stitch into at the top of the first double crochet I made, and then chain one and work a double crochet in the same stitch. Then where we worked 2 double crochets together, you're going to work a double crochet in the next stitch, and where you worked a double crochet you're going to work a front post double crochet, which is yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. The next one is the decrease, which is 2 double crochets together, so we work a double crochet at the top. On the next one we work a front post double crochet, so yarn over, insert your hook under the post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So you're going to alternate this all round. So the next stage is 2 double crochets together, so you work a double crochet at the top, and the next one is a double crochet, so you work a front post double crochet. So a double crochet and then a front post double crochet, and continue until the end of the round. So I'm now at the end of the row, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first double crochet that I made, chain one and work a double crochet in the same stitch. So we're going to repeat this third round of alternating double crochet and front post double crochet. So we'll work the double crochet, you're going to work a double crochet, and where you work a front post double crochet, you work a front post double crochet, and you continue alternating these stitches until the end of the row. And you're going to work this third round until you have a total of 5 rows and you're done. Then you can come back and we can finish off the sleeves and the neckline. To work the sleeve, we're going to join yarn at the corner, and I'm going to use this cream color to match my sleeve. I think it's gonna look better that way. And then pull your yarn, chain one, and work a single crochet in the same stitch. Then you're going to work a single crochet in all the stitches all round. So you're going to work a single crochet in the chain space. It'll be better if you actually work in the stitch, and I'm carrying my yarn to just cover it up, and then work a single crochet in all the stitches all around. I'm now at the end of the row, and you're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet that you made. And you're done, and don't forget to do the same on the other side of your top. To work the neckline, we're going to do the same, but I want to match my ribbing with my neckline, but we're only going to work 2 rounds of single crochets, and we're not going to decrease as well because we're using the size of the neck opening. So you join your yarn at the corner, then I'm going to work 2 rounds of single crochets, 2 rounds of single crochets. The first round will be I pull my yarn through, chain 1, and work a single crochet in the same stitch, then work 2 single crochets in each of the spaces. So 2 in each of the spaces until the end of the round. And I'm going to carry my tail so I don't have to weave it in, and since it's single crochet, it's gonna cover nicely. I'm going to see you at the end of this round. And at the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet you made, chain 1, and work a single crochet in the same stitch, and just work another round of single crochet to even this out. And once you're done with this, you're done with your top. I've made a tutorial for the matching skirt. If you want to see it, you can go to the link in the video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Until next time.